Hello, hello. Live stream will be starting any moment now. Just gonna wait for a few people to trickle in first before we begin. So if you're watching this, the replay later, probably skip to about the 2-3 minute mark. I'll try to, I'll try to flicker the screen or something like that when I begin. So yeah, I'd say maybe skip ahead about 2 minutes. Hello, incompetent idiot. Long time no see. I recently mentioned you in my Rule the Wave series as the original thumbnail creator. I'm just going to wait about probably another minute, let a few people trickle in. Oh my gosh, I actually forgot to make the announcement. There might be some people who want to know that I'm about to start streaming. Didn't think to do that. It's a good time to grab a quick cup of tea or something like that. I myself am going to be drinking just simple water. Aggressors Ancient Rome. It's definitely a good game. There we go. And maybe, just maybe, I'll post this in Sabouts. Content sharing. See if anybody's interested in joining for the stream. And it's kind of 4X gaming. I think it is 4X game. Michael Honecker says hello. Hello to you. Josh Street says, if Tortuga is going to play as Rome, does that mean it'll fall before it should? Depends on where Historical Gamer is in the whole scheme of things. Let me post this here as well. Okay, there we go. All places have been touched. Let's get started. So, Aggressors Ancient Rome is a recent, not very recent, but recent, I think 2 months ago, release from Slitherine. Slitherine Studios, or I think I always call them Slitherine Studios, but when I looked them up today, they're just Slitherine Ltd. Limited Trading, whatever, I don't know. Limited Liability. No, that's LLC. I don't know what LTD stands for. Another legal term, no doubt. Anyway, Slitherine released this about 2 months ago. I have a pretty good relation with Paolo from Slitherine, who does a lot of their press release stuff. And he encouraged me, we were exchanging some emails about some other stuff, and he encouraged me, hello, Silver Games is joining. Great to see you. He was encouraging me to check this game out. So he specifically mentioned, hey, why don't you give Aggressors Ancient Rome a look? So Paolo, if you ever get to watching this is because of you. And I have to say I'm extremely happy with it. Usually I get into a game not because it's being released or because somebody tells me to go check it out. Most of the time, or at least historically, the many years of my life that I've been playing video games, usually what I would do is I would get excited about a game. I would be like, oh, wow, not excited about the game, but about it, I should say a time period, or my imagination would go wild. Let's say I read a book on the Honorverse, these science fiction, futuristic stuff. Then that compels me. I want to put my imagination into some kind of gaming environment, someplace where I can let my fantasies play out, and that's usually through video games. So I have to say that getting into a game in a forced manner is not my usual. It's not the usual way I do that. But I'm quite happy I did in this case, because this game, I kind of forced myself to check it out because I wanted to, basically honor this request. Anyways, so I would say it's combination 4X and grand strategy. The game it first and most clearly reminded me of was, I can't even remember the title. Was it Europa Universalis Rome? I believe was a Paradox title released maybe 10 years ago, 2005, 2007, I'm thinking, sometime around there. This game first reminds me a lot of that. It has a lot of the rule. So I think what most people will compare it to first, maybe what I would say the most obvious comparison would be Rome Total War. But I would say that this is not exactly like Rome Total War. In fact, it's pretty far from it. The focus is less on the military and much more on management. So a lot of people are comparing this to Civ 4 too. I've heard comparisons to that, and I still think that it's got parts of all these things. So what I'm showing you here is if we were to create a customized world. And hello, Letherington. He says EU Rome. Yes, was the title. Great. This is if you make your own random map. You can just create a new map and you use your whatever nation you want. These still have an impact. I think not on technology or anything like that, but I think most in particular on the military units you'll be using. So the Roman Republic uses, and again, the military, it's not like Rome Total War. You're not getting a balanced army. Do I want this much cavalry? Do I want this? No, it's more about just one unit type that represents your entire army force. So anyway, I just want to showcase these options. I'm still kind of letting people trickle into the stream, and I think at this point we'll get into the game. So just wanted to showcase these options. I am actually planning to do some kind of series on this. I'm not sure if I'll be doing it in the existing game world, or if I will do it in a custom one. I want to mention, I mean, just in case, even if I do a customized world, Das Tactic, he has a pretty good series on this. I watched the first 4 or 5 episodes. No, I guess 4. And it helped clarify some things to me. I read the game manual. Oh, I forgot to mention the game manual. This is another one of those games which has a fantastic game manual, and unfortunately, I don't think I have pulled it up. I could pull it up. How would I pull it up? I could somehow pull it up. Let me see if this works. Let's go to Ancient Mediterranean so you guys have something to look at while I'm doing this. I think we'll play just as Rome, very simple. This is just a stream, so I'm not sure if I'll play as Rome for a full playthrough, but we can start off today as doing that. Okay, aggressors. There's an error because the app is running. Damn it, can't get into it that way. Well, I could just search for manual inside of Steam library. Let's see if this works. I don't know. I really like manuals. I showed it off for what was that game I was recently playing? Armored Brigade. That was it. For Armored Brigade, I was showing it off, and I just have a high appreciation for a good manual that helps you get into these more complex games. I got it. I got the manual. Manual printer friendly, game manual. I think game manual will do just fine. Got it. Okay, so now the question is how to share this. Let's see if I can capture this window. So the screen's going to go black for a moment, I believe. Fear not, I am just trying to get... Okay, no, that's not what I want. Yes. Aha, it worked. And let's make that some kind of fit to screen. The game manual, it is up. Alright, so this game manual is elaborate, it's detailed, it's pretty well written, and I love a good game manual. This walks you through all the different. So let's see, what's one thing we want to know? Actually, one thing I still haven't learned, maybe I can search for it in the manual, is do city tiles, I probably can't search for it like this, but do city tiles share, do cities share a tile for resource income? So in Civilization, if you have 2 cities which overlap, only one person can work a tile, but I don't know if that's the case in this game. Anyway, it's obligatory that I mention that there's a nice game manual for this, but we'll switch back to the game itself. Okay, so let's get into the actual game. We're really taking our time with things, but now it's time. So I will reveal the whole map just so that people can see the nice different nations we can play as. We'll be playing as Rome, but there's 20 players total. We have the Ptolemaic, we have Carthage, of course. We have the let's see, the Gauls in the north. We have Sparta and Athens. I'm not going to remember all of these. It looks like we have, I don't know, one of these is, well, I mean, we can look right here. Why am I trying to... I had this, you laugh, but I actually wasn't looking over on the left-hand side. So there we go, the Seleucid Empire, the Antigonids, the Ardii, Pontus, that was the one I was thinking of. So I recently listened to Dan Carlin's, what is it, King of Kings series. He's a great storyteller, so it's always fun to listen to. Anyway, and they talked about how, you know, Persia went and invaded Greece, etc. I guess it's going to be a little bit outside the scope of this game, but... So we'll play as the Roman Republic, and I think that we'll get into it now. Lethington says, "Ooh, I haven't seen a manual like that in a long time." Yeah, Armored Brigade also had a really good manual. I guess most of the games, these like Grognard type games that come out of Slitherine, usually have pretty good manuals. Now that said, there's also some, like my method of learning it was first I watched, can't remember his name, oh my gosh. Person who is on my channel, not, he was in the EU4 stream with us, I can't remember his name. He actually streams mostly Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead stuff, but anyway, I would first watch him, but then I was immediately looking in his comment section, and there was this Pavel, who was actually the developer, who was giving him hints. So I went to Pavel's videos, which were from Slitherine, and then I finally ended up watching Das Tactic, just to make sure I understood the game at that point. So I did my research. Anyway, scenario begins, following a series of local battles, blah blah blah. I mean, this is just the typical Roman start. So 282, responding to a call for military assistance in the dispute of another city. Rome sent its fleet south, and thus violated the fragile equilibrium of power. The peace is shattered, and the war for dominance between Rome and the other powers will decide the future of the Mediterranean. So we have some introduction. I think I'll be doing maybe a full start of this at some point, but we're not doing the tutorial or anything. We're just going to jump right into it. So here is the game itself. Now there's two modes you can do. We can look at this game map mode, which is like your typical Rome Total War type EU4, whatever. EU Rome, I should say. And there's also this board version, board game type. Just hit tab to get into this top-down view. This is nice if you're not exactly sure what you're dealing with. It makes everything pretty clear. By the way, I did turn on grids. There's some map changes you can make in the bottom left. And I don't know, I probably won't go into everything in great detail like this, but those are the things which I found helpful to know. Is how to turn on grids was really important to me, because this is the same thing with hex-based games. You want to know the individual hexes you're looking at. Lethington says, "Wow, that is a very Civilization 4 looking map." Yeah, I guess you're right. So I think it's very easy to confuse this for Civilization 4, but the differences are great in number, I would say. In the end, it's a very different game than Civilization, even though it is also a 4X game, I would say. So first of all, we're starting out war with the Epirus. They own Messina, Syracuse, Syracuse, or Syracuse, yeah, Barium, and their main capital is Ambracia, over across the not the Aegean, but whatever sea this is, just across the Mediterranean waters. And we're starting a war with them. That's the only person I think we start a war with. We can go to diplomacy and see the nice little chart of everything that's going on. Our attitude towards Carthage is not amazing. They also have, like in every way, a far superior everything to us, which is horrifying. We'll hopefully fix that pretty soon. I think we're going to be at war with Carthage very shortly. I haven't played, by the way, this scenario really. I've only done the tutorial and stuff. So, yeah, we could run into some trouble. I'm basically prepping myself, prepping the viewers, I should say, for potential failures. Okay, so Frosty says, it is amazing how many small countries asked for Romans' help in settling disputes just to have Rome take full control. I think there was a famous quote that Rome, like, self-defended its way into an empire. And they just were defending against these people, and then suddenly they took them, and then their empire just kept growing. So I think the first order of business for us is, let's take this. Is this gold or coal? Stone? That's gold. Stone. Okay, so let's take this Epirian stone quarry. You can see the combat is actually pretty Civilization 4-like. It's not at all like Rome Total War. We only have one single unit. This is a legion. We're just that includes the cavalry, the archers, includes everything. Not that the Romans had a lot of archers, but whatever it is, it's all summarized into this. So we didn't actually take any casualty, which is pretty amazing. Even stone quarries like are defended by some population 2,000. So it's only like 3-to-1 odds. Albeit these aren't like hardened fighting soldiers the way my legion should be. And then we also have this city over here. So let's move close to Barium. And there we have it. Some enemies. Now, our resources up here, I guess I didn't explain them yet. Gold, coal, stone, iron, food, wood, research, influence, and people. Now, the way it works, this is already like one detail, I think, more interesting than Vormithrax. There it is. That was the name I was trying to remember. So I watched Vorm before I moved over to the developer stream and then to DAS Tactics series. Vorm says the secret is load up your boats with all your troops and invade Carthage early. I think that's what Vorm tried to do in his first series. I didn't actually watch your first one, Vorm. I only watched your second. So, Josh Street says the Punic Wars will be won by Carthage with Tortuga at the helm. Josh Street has always the highest positive opinion of me and my gaming skills. Yes. So let's get this legion down south. Actually, we might be able to... Can you... Let's see, it's going to take 2 to move here. So it takes 2 to move there. 1, 2, 3... Ah? Okay. Oh, it takes 1 just to move here, then 0.5, and then 2. Okay, so nothing we can do unless... Wait. Unless you go here and build a road. Alright, so we're just going to expedite this guy's travel. Now he can get a little bit further. So that should have been 4. It's you can see people's movement in the bottom right. It's also their attack and defense. Oh, my mouse. I have this problem a lot where I lose my mouse in this game. So you can see their attack, 0 for a settler. Defense, the +0.3 is if they are left with some movement points left over, they're given as much of a 30% bonus to their defense, which is kind of like if you didn't move, you're able to kind of fortify. It's different than the actual fortification option, which you can see we can get, which gives us a 40% bonus. But I want this guy to build some more roads, probably. Oh, wow, that's great. We can move all the way in here. Maybe I'll start connecting things like this quarry to the road system. So everything that you have, these mines, are pulling in resources. They are upgraded by 2 means. One, if you're close to a city and then connected to that city by roads. And the same goes with the blacksmith. If you're connected with, if you're close to a blacksmith and then connected to that blacksmith by road. So we'll do a dirt road here. This boat is just going to die soon. It's funny because we have 1 galley. I want to try to save these units because they do get the forger trait. I wonder where I can run them. Maybe I can run them all the way up here to save them. I'm going to try to do that. Because the units you start with all start with this forger trait, which is great. It's not something that you normally have, which means they are not paying maintenance. So every one of these units that I have is very valuable. I don't want to lose any one of them. Okay, so left says, I'm guessing since factions just have a single unit type, then there isn't something like the Marian reforms. No, there's nothing like that that I've seen. Pretty sure it doesn't exist. This might actually be too late, or too early for that. Weren't the Marian reforms, I want to say like 100 or 200 AD? Look, I'm not a scholar on Roman history, but I believe the Marian reforms were later. Let's just move this. There's one of the enemy cities, but we're not going to bother with them. We're just going to try to get this get this guy away from Carthage, which is probably going to invade soon. So, yeah, we're not chicken or anything, but sure, we're going to hide all our vessels from Carthage. Alright, so we also want to build some roads to connect everything here, so this iron mine's not connected. All this stuff is going to add pretty valuable... Well, it's not only going to improve our movement speed down to the south, where everyone's needed. So this is an equal chance. We'll use our 0.6 leftover not to move and just to basically brace for combat. That terrain is grass, which means we would have the best bonus against it. I wonder why this is so negative. What is this unit? Peltus. And Peltus on the grass are... I mean, they have no attack bonus and they have 20% defensive bonus, which is not that great. They're 3-3 and I'm a 4-4. Not really sure why we don't have an amazing advantage against this unit. So their exact defense is not known, it's showing us, because
Yes!
they could have the defensive bonus, as I was mentioning, this, leftover turn bonus. I think what we do is just sit here.
Yes.
I don't think we have enough. I think you have to fortify at the very, very beginning of the turn. But even just resting is going to give us that 0.6. So we'll wait for this unit to come back up and help. And one of the big ways you win battles, there's no tactics involved, but there is a repeated attack penalty. So what if I click on anyone, we will see that how many current attacks, how many current defenses. How many defenses and attacks you have? Well, attack speaks for itself, that's how many times you can attack, but defense is how many times you can defend at your full strength. And then every attack that you receive, so every defense occasion after that, you defend it at less than your optimum value. You're less than your nominal value. So I think it's a 30% penalty the first time, 60% penalty, or maybe it's 20, 40, 60. I think after 3 attacks, the penalty is at 90, which is where it's capped. But the point is, the more you attack, the better. So this is to simulate attacks from multiple sides. The problem is one unit still does attack first, and if it's like a unit that, let's say you're attacking a stronger unit with 4 guys, the first unit is still going to get absolutely smashed because it's not really a combined arms attack. You're not really attacking from multiple sides. You're still just having one smash his face into the defenses and wear them away. And then you have another one. It's not like a true flanking maneuver or something clever, something which you might be able to do. Again, to reference the very easily compared games like a Rome Total War. Or even I think that you can do... No, yeah, I guess it is Civ 4 in this fashion. I haven't played Civ 4 in a while. I played Civ 5, but most recently I've been playing a lot of Civ 5. I mean, not even most recently, like a year ago is the last time I played it. But okay, so we hit spacebar. Let's look for any units which haven't done anything. I'll rest this guy for the rest of the turn, and it looks like everything's done. But that's not really true because I want to get Blacksmith. And this is going to get all those things. So I have a choice between getting this one up here, which is a iron mine, that could be important, or this one, which is a gold mine. I probably should mess with the birth rate a bit. Let's take it up just a bit. I'm going to eventually get this way up. But for now, we'll just take it up to decent support. Birth rate just increases the number of citizens and also the population of the cities. We also have to micromanage, well, we don't have to, but we should micromanage some of our city improvements. Now, this game works kind of a cool way. It works on the premise that if you don't change your cities historically were best left to producing stuff on their own. Like the Empire shouldn't get meddle in the affairs of the city unless there's a good reason to do so. So if I want Perugia to build something, I can mandate it, which costs money, or I can just say, hey, Perugia, do your thing. First of all, you'll give me more knowledge and influence by being left to your own devices. And second of all, you may on your own build that for me for free. Now, the mean time for this to happen, in my experience, is on the order of 10 to 20 turns. It takes a long time for them to build stuff on their own. But I guess that's the price you pay for getting it for free. So anyways, I don't think there's anybody I want. Oh yeah, and cities, we can't just build anything, any type of unit in any city. Kind of similar to some of the building improvements you need in Civ 4 as prerequisites for building. We actually in this game set specializations. So I can set a specialization. When that specialization is set, the unit can then build that unit. I mean, the city can then build that unit. So did I even place my blacksmith, or am I just yabbing on? So the gold mine, I think, is going to be the more important choice here. We could actually get... Oh, we missed this one then. Well, maybe I do something like this, which covers the north end. Then I get these three. I do something like this, which gets the others. And I still need one more. I think there's one over here, though. I think there's one right there. And that one can be covered by this. 1, 2. The reach for it is 3 tiles in any direction from the center. I also need to build temples before I forget. Oh, it looks like we're not going to have enough to do both population, which is temple, and blacksmith, but since we're low on stone, I should prioritize something which is going to give me more stone. Stone quarry, coal mine, iron. Okay, yeah, it's got to be up here. I'm not sure, but there's other stuff going to be up here. There's going to be other mines up here that we might want to hit with a... It's really, 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 really tough. This is the min-max side of things, which drives me nuts. I could spend days working on the optimal strategy for placing this. 1, 2, 3. So this is... How are we going to do this? I built one here. That's going to get that one. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, perfect. I can build it here, which is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Perfect. It gets that one. So I'm going to get this. I need this. That's my limit, which is not great. Can I get that one somehow? 1, 2, 3. If I build it right here, I get everything. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, perfect. 1, 2, 1, 2, perfect. And then 1, 2, 3, and I get that. Okay, so that's where my city will go, and my blacksmith will go here. That is going to get... Okay, that's going to get that, so I only have to worry about this. Okay, so now we're back to the same place that I think the tutorial has you put it, which is right here. Done. Done. And that 1, 2, 3 does not get this. I'm an idiot. Oh, yeah, but I had to get this. Okay, so we'll have another blacksmith to get this iron mine eventually. That's fine. So you can see already the micromanagement, the minute details, playing tricks on poor Tortuga. Let's see, is there anything else we want to get? We cannot get a temple. We don't have the stone. Don't have the stones for it. Now, I don't think we need another legion to defeat these forces. So let's go ahead and end the turn. Okay, this should be a big victory for us. We'll find out only once our turn is back up, but we didn't take too much blood. They got a little bit bloody. There's Carthage. I hope they didn't declare war already, because my boat's right there. I can always hide my boat up on the west side. Okay, we need to select a technology. That's a good point. Assault would be nice. It's going to give us better attack strength. Plus the cost for it is going to be very low. So, time to finish. Wow. Yeah, you can kind of speed up research by spending extra research to get less turns. I'm not sure what we want to do here. 16, 14, 12, 10, 8. Well, we can get it very quickly, but I'm not sure we'll even be able to utilize it. The question is, maybe should we be choosing something else instead? And this is a random tech tree. It's a random every time. That's one of the options I set. I didn't turn off random events, which I meant to do, but because in my experience, the random events are like, oh, you found 8 wood, or oh, you found 10 stone, or 2 stone, or whatever, 5 gold. And then that's the positive. But then the negative is, oh, you just lost 100 people to the plague. So it's like, okay, no thank you. If the... Did my stream disconnect? Uh-oh. Are we live? It says we're live. It says chat disconnected. Good lord, what has happened? Let's get to the bottom of this. Internal error. Internal server error. Is the stream still going on? Somebody message me on Discord if the stream is still going on. Because I don't have any way of corresponding with you now. Chat is apparently down. Anyway, let's look at what are the other options. I don't think we'll go with cavalry. I'm pretty happy with the Principes. There's always this discussion about how you pronounce Latin. To me, it just seems obvious that you pronounce it closest to the Romantic languages, which were derived from Latin. But a lot of people have lately in the last 50 years or so, there's this trend that has begun where it's more like Germanic. Yeah, to me, Latin should be Romantic. It just kind of makes sense. I think we're going to go with this weapon skills. And you know what? Let's take 4 turns to finish because I don't think I need it that quickly. Okay, now, this is one of the diplomatic options that is used a lot. Sparta wants me to cancel my peace, basically go to war with Macedonia. I'm not going to do that. No, I'm sorry. Okay, so that's that. You can see all the stuff that happened up here. Spy network is available. Gathering information about neighboring countries is a vital part of political decision making and establishing whether intentions of our nations are friendly or hostile towards us. And knowing their plans can keep us a step ahead and help us to avoid military disaster. I've never used this. I've never used any of these. Okay. Gold invested. I didn't know that this was a cost. I probably should have investigated this a little closer. Content sharing. Okay, so apparently it's up. That's good. People on my... Is the chat back up, though? Kind of a bummer if we lost chat. No, I'm still getting an internal server error. Yeah, does not appear to be up. Okay, well that's okay. We'll keep going with the stream. So what's our plan this turn? We're going to hopefully take barium. I don't know what this spy network is besides the fact that it cost me a lot of gold, which is, not probably what I would have done, but that's okay. Carthage at least didn't declare war on us, which is nice. So we'll just get this guy out of here as fast as possible. Oh, well that's an enemy. I think that you are going to be destined to retreat to the northwest. My friend the boat. We'll try to keep you safe over there. You probably won't, but that's okay. And we can actually... Thought that there was supposed to be a... What's this? An enemy unit. We don't care. I'd rather get this guy out of harm's way. Goodness, that's a pretty far distance we can travel. I'd rather get him out of the way than lose him. It's a pretty valuable unit, all the ones you start with. Okay, so now you want to build a mine. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're close enough to Perugia that you're worth connecting. So it's at 1.3 because of why? Connected to Perugia by land. Okay, so just because it's connected to a city, it's giving me something. We'll build a road to it, which will give us even more. And the same thing here. Did we already build a road here? Dirt road built? Yep. Yeah. So let's build a road to this coal mine as well. And now what you can see is this mine, it says stone core connected to Rome by dirt road is 1.6 versus only 1.3 for something like this iron mine, which is only connected by land, not by a dirt road. So you can see that it pays resource dividends to connect things by road. Hopefully the chat functionality comes back. I'll just plow ahead. This is a very streamlined motion at first. Let's go then get the road there. I think we can attack this guy. We have fair chances. Well, what the hell does that mean? Good lord, man.
Yes.
We won't be able to actually attack with 2 people until next turn, so it might be worth my time. Better worth my time, I should say. Guess we'll go here then. It might be better worth my time just to defend. I think we're supposed to, in the tutorial, I think you lose this unit. Fair chances. Like, what? This guy should be... Okay, his defense is now 2.6, but it's plus 0.8. So it's over 3. But ours is 4, and this is attacking into the grass. We should actually have a huge benefit. Our prediction accuracy is free from doubt. Well, I mean, they're free from doubt. It's a fair chance. Well, it could go poorly. It's tough to say. Do we want to win the battle faster? Probably. Oh, I forgot. We need to fix this thing as well. We don't have enough money. Oh, that was... Those spies, I tell you. We shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have let those spies in. Okay, so let's just take a... I'm just going to take a look at my resources. How are we doing on resources? Plenty of food. Tons of food. A little bit low on wood. Knowledge of 12.5? That doesn't make any sense. Why is it so high? 3.7 is pretty good. 0.98, that is a problem. We need more citizens coming in than that, but we're fine for now. We'll increase the birth rate after we have the economy. And really, just making all these roads, which is going to mostly require wood, is going to increase our... Like, we just need a road to connect all these 3. They currently aren't connected. We need to build a road there pronto. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do the attack. I have just a comfortable feeling about it. Was it? It was a defeat. We lost 350 and they lost 1,000. That's not the kind of defeat I expected. It's pretty bad luck, and our own unpreparedness cost us victory. Yeah, I mean, we should have won, but this is not... It's 3-to-1 in ratio, so that's not that bad. I'm not going to complain too much about that. But I will complain a little bit, just not too much. Because even though we should have won, the defeat or the draw was kind of a victory anyway. Just they didn't lose all their forces or something. And we have nobody else. Supposedly we have nobody else who we can control. Nobody else left to give actions to. Once this gold mine gets connected, which should be... Not next turn, unfortunately the turn after that. And then that iron mine will get connected. But we're not doing that bad on iron right now. And this emergency aid we don't have money for, so we'll have to do it next turn. But that is a priority. Okay, so Vormithrax says on Discord, the refresh is weird, video section shows, but nothing else on the page loads, and I can't get any of my subscription page info. Yep, YouTube outage going on. Oh, great. Seems like a perfect time. Let me just relay every now and then the fact that the stream is actually still going on, if there's any. So, if there's any, like, I shouldn't be doing this if nobody's going to listen. I mean, I can record this for posting it later. I'm fine with that too, but if it's not even being recorded, if YouTube is down, then let's put a hold on this stream, and I'll come back and do a stream tonight or next week, or I'll put up the video series. Who knows? Okay, so let's end the turn. I don't know what we want to do as far as state management. I think we're going to be okay for now. State decisions. Yeah, I probably should have looked at that a little bit closer before I chose it, but that's okay. We make mistakes. And everyone sees them because it's streamed. Okay, that's bold. It's very bold of them. Yeah, I don't think that worked out well for them. Oh, and Carthage and the Epiroans are at war, which is good. Obviously, we want our enemies to fight each other. We just don't want Carthage to fight me. It's the one thing I don't want. I need time. So for me, it still shows that there are 19 people watching. Not exactly sure how true that is. Oh, suddenly it refreshed. It's down to 13. So probably there were some issues. Is the chat working now? For those watching in the future, I apologize for this. Okay, so we met the Iberian tribes. I think we're at war with them immediately. What else? Yeah, let's give emergency aid first and foremost. 6 gold, 3 iron, 3 people. It's worth it. Get that fixed. And this unit is, you can see the flag is in tatters. We are not able to attack this turn. It looks like one. Oh, we have to be next to them to attack? Okay. Let's move in. Now, absolute supremacy versus absolute supremacy. So we can attack them no matter what. Now we have a settler here, I know. Just keep moving, I guess. We'll protect my trade with whoever this is. RDI or something. Let's see, can I get that soldier? Yes. I want you to move. Darn it. You're not going to be able to build a road. Well, we're not going to be able to connect this stuff. I actually do want to build a city right here as well, which is where I put it in the tutorial, but I think it's a pretty good spot for one. Maybe it's not necessary. Barium and Neapolis. Oh, for anybody watching, I still wanted to know this. So Neapolis, if we actually click on it, we can see it's actually collecting resources from 4 squares. Rome is actually pulling from a much wider swath of squares. My question though is, can they both pull more resources from the same tile? So the fact that I'm getting yield of 0.6 and 0.08, that's 0.6 food and 0.08 wood from this, does that mean Perugia is not getting this, or is it double reporting by accident, or is it actually each city is working that and getting that amount? That's one of the things I could not find. Probably it may be written somewhere. But the thing is, I think I read from the manual that you don't get it, but I feel like the tooltip that shows that it seems like both do. So that's my confusion. Since this unit doesn't have any movement points left after this move, I think I'm going to let them do the attack. And this should be the victory. It is. We move in, we take it. Hooray, we lost very few forces, which is good. And that's it, nothing more to say. So we lost 678 people. They lost 1,200, which was all they had left. So I guess that last loss for them was huge when they attacked my unit. By the way, we're supposed to get a pop-up about that. Did I somehow accidentally turn it off? Show action. No, it's combat settings, I think. No, maybe not. Oh, yeah. Show enemy attacks info and conquest. That's my fault. Save that. Wait, I do want to show the build panel. There, good. Okay, so this is being repaired. That's good. You're just fine, even though you're too far away for me to do anything. And now you might even be able to get to this next turn. Or this turn, I should say. No. Why? This is grass.
Yes.
No. The other guy.
Yes.
You should have a movement left. Huh. See, it says here only takes 1 movement to go here. So it should only take 1 movement to go to plains. Oh, this is grass. But it's grass. I wonder why he doesn't have... Huh, I must have missed something. It doesn't matter. We'll just get it next turn. And then after that we'll be sieging Barium. But there's a trick you can do if you surround completely a city. You don't have to completely surround it with units, but if you surround it with your area and have 1 unit around it, it's considered to be completely under siege. And you can starve them out this way. Now, what I'll probably do instead is want to use influence, which we need 338. My God, we're not going to have 338. It's really nice. I really like the interface. So we can see at the top when I do this, it shows exactly the amount I need and how much I would have left over. So I would have 329 negative left over. We're not very soon going to have enough influence to do this, obviously. So I wanted to pop out this chat. Are you working now? It's up! There it is! Okay, it's back. It works now. Kylam seems to be back. Test. Yes. Okay, great. So people have been for the last 4 minutes talking in chat, and I only saw it now, but that's not too bad for me. Finding it only 4 minutes late. Great. So let's see what other units we want to move. Yeah, we still have this settler, which I'm not sure if I want to connect this road or not. I guess I will, because this road will also help with moving here eventually, which is where I want the city, potentially. Or I could start connecting these things up here, which actually seems like a better choice. 2, 2, 3. Oh, good. That's plains. Okay, yeah, we can actually get that road, but it doesn't matter. There's no road to connect to it. See the problem? Click road, click road. Nah, it's better to go here. Okay, we'll go here. I'm going to go backwards and start connecting these things. Give us more income. And you can just advance. And you can just you know, I might even just sleep you here. So I'll wake you up eventually if we really need you. Hopefully not. It's actually quite good that Massilia is up here and not Carthage. I guess this is Carthaginian. So hopefully they won't pay attention to our ship up here. We'll just hide. Nobody will notice me here, right? I hope. Okay, so now we want to get this going as well. We can get here, but we can't build the road until next turn. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do that then. And you can build a road. We're almost to that. One more turn. Great. So things are going well. Looks like our gold income is going to be okay, because if you look at the last turn surplus/loss, plus 7.4, that means that even though it says for this turn we're negative, or since last turn we're negative, that's probably because we were spending it. And that's fine, because that's my own control. Hello, Treon Wolf, by the way. Just saw that. So it's okay if we're losing it overall. It's just not going up if I'm spending it. If I'm not doing anything and it's just going down by itself, then we're really in trouble. So I don't think we want to do anything with cities. We'll just end the turn. Oh god, they see me. Massilia is kind of an ally. They're not officially. I think we have some kind of treaty with them. But maybe I'll just run my boat around to the east side by the galley. Alright, so we already built a road here, I think. Yes, dirt road built. So we move north into the plains. Oh, we can actually connect it this turn. Hooray! And we build a road here, which takes his full turn. And this guy goes into here. We'll build a road next turn. Start getting those connected. Okay, so we can actually move and attack. No point in attacking yet. Let's see who's better. Let's have you. Absolutely. Yeah, let's do this. We got it. We took their gold mine. Hooray. Get some gold loot from it. We lost 853 more men. That's okay. We can handle this. Now you are done for the turn. I guess when you attack, it expends both your movement points, which makes sense. I'm okay with that. And we have absolute supremacy, and I actually do want to attack this thing and win it, not by wearing it down, but just by attacking in and defeating it. So I don't think we can use influence. Yeah, this influence is down to 187, so we're in much better shape now. Yes. Let's go ahead and attack it. Hopefully we just don't take too many casualties. 768. So it's a draw. We killed 7,000 people, 10 to 1 odds. It's terrible because we're losing a lot of population. I'd rather that they just surrender. If you starve them out, don't do this attacking, which, as you can see... Oh, we took it. Took some casualties, but we did it. If you don't do this, if you starve them out, it has a negative effect on your relations with everybody else. Oh, did you hear about those Romans? They let everyone starve to death in that city. How terrible. So let's possibly be a little bit more leery about who we call our friends. Actually, in my opinion, it shouldn't be negative. It's like, in this time, in this era, maybe a positive in terms of diplomacy. Oh, let's not mess with those guys. They are really serious about starving people to death. So, but then maybe you don't want to associate with barbarians. I don't know. There's arguments you can probably make either way. They actually took 1,100, almost 1,200 casualties. Just going to put them down on soldiers. But, I mean, it's still good. We took the city, and it's trying to revolt. It's not in good shape. We can see the local happiness is probably really bad, but we need to emergency aid it, and that should solve the problem. Okay, so we still have a little bit of money left after that emergency aid. I think we're going to have to repair the stone quarry after... Maybe it's the city you have to repair after emergency aid. Emergency aid is like solve the most glaring problems, but then you still need to usually repair it for it to be perfect. I think the situation should be the same with this gold mine. Yep, emergency aid, 6 more stone, 3 more people. They're dropping like flies, but even with whatever emergency aid and all this stuff that we're doing, we're still overall, I think, gaining citizens, which is good. Probably a testament to the fact that our birth rate is, it's not very high, but it's high enough to really help us. Since this ship is just being hounded by that, I'm going to try to get them over to the east. Just need to make it before they declare war. There's nobody else. Once we start getting enough of a gold stockpile, I will... Historical Gamer has joined. And he says, don't you dare tell me to come and watch. How dare you? Silver Game says Roman war crimes. I mean, it's hard to really think of it as war crimes. I mean, if it was today, modern era, yes, but it was almost like the way things were done back then. It wasn't even considered distasteful. We'll just go surround a city, and we'll tell them, okay, you have a chance to surrender, but if you don't, we're just going to kill everyone. And hey, you can't say that we didn't give you a chance. If we slaughter you all, it's only because you didn't surrender to us. You had a choice. Still in some way, obviously not fair, or not humane, but maybe that's just, you know, the current era's moral system knows that it's a little bit harsh to treat people that way. Okay, let's end the turn. We're just trying to win this as quickly as possible before Carthage begins their war. And I hope that they fight anyone else, but even the, I already forgot their name. Massilians? Massilians, yeah. Oh, they are fighting. Okay, well that's actually a happy moment for me. Massilia is pushing a little bit further east, though. I want Stallia for myself. Historical Gamer says he's just cleaning the Italian peninsula, giving it a good bath. I don't think that's... We can... That sounds innocent enough. Will you cancel peace with the Antigonids because of demand from Athens? No, I'm not going to war with people just because you demand it. Alright, it's not the way it works. Well, not for you. For me, I'll do the exact same thing, and I will expect you to exactly, you know, listen to what I'm saying. Now, we've done it here. We've got this stuff. It's all good. So what do we need to do next? We have that one. We're connecting things. I feel like our resources are going up. Maybe not food, but food's the way everything is stockpiled except for food. Food, you lose 2/3 of whatever you have left over. Your stockpile is at the end of a turn. Whatever's left over is immediately reduced by 2/3, and then you got to keep whatever that. But I mean, whatever you kept, the 1/3 that you kept, the next turn, if that adds to whatever else, that 1/3 plus the addition of next turn is then again sliced by 2/3. So it's not a good goal to stockpile food. If you have excess, it's a great trading weapon. That's what I would say. So I think we'll just go down here and try to help with the road situation. We have enough trees, thankfully. Lumber, in my opinion, wood is one of the hardest resources to to get, because there's no way to get wood except for by building a city by forest. There's no lumber mill or no production increase you can get, or at least none that I've found. And I'd be happy to hear something to the contrary, because it does mean I've actually quit a game. I was playing a game last night even, a really fun game, but I was on an island. It was actually a lot of forest there, but I still just didn't have enough wood income, and I had to quit the game because it's just I couldn't be bothered to make it work. It was like, okay, I have to decrease my population, go find wood some other source, but I don't know. Anyway, so there's some damaged stuff, and let's go ahead and repair it. This is going to take probably a bit of our gold, and this is a little pop-up in the bottom right is the building panel. I guess it's already working. Oh, I see. We don't need that. We just want the repair stuff. No, I want the repair stuff. Barium is damaged and need repair. Oh, it's still doing the emergency aid. Probably the gold mine as well. Yeah, still one turn. It's not producing anything, but luckily what we're going to do is have some... So the local happiness, you can see it's the second from the bottom of the percentages. Local happiness 104%, 104%. And this is because we have what's called urban military or urban guards. It's people in the city keeping the peace. Now what I want to do is the people who are... We can actually probably self-heal everyone in this city. You can have a limit of 3 military units per... 3 military units per square, per tile. Actually, I think it's just 3 units per tile. That doesn't include if you have wagons. You can load in wagons, or you can load into cities. Those are not counted as the 3, but or if like you have 3 ships, it doesn't count the troops that are loaded inside the ships. But just generally 3. That's your rule of thumb. I think this guy can go over here. Neapolis is Principes. So let's get you to go over here. And you can repair at Neapolis. There's a lot of different ways you can heal. There's self-heal, which I think this guy will let me show. Not you. You. So there's self-heal, there's recover, and then there's, what's the last one? I'm trying to remember. It's like heal in this inside. Oh, which we can't do because this is, the city has to be free of producing anything to allow you to heal inside, quote unquote, heal inside. Which is the fastest way to heal, but if we're healing at a city, I believe it's doubled. But that does not look doubled. So 3 attack power and defense power increased to 3. That would be perfect strength, perfect everything. But I think we're fine. We're not going to be in any pressing need to use this unit. So I'm going to self-heal because it's free. And doing it inside the city, like I said, should be slightly faster. But maybe that's only if the city is repaired. So it might not be the case in this situation since our city's healing. Vormithrax says 3 suggestions. Stay out of the water, push north fast, and most important, get wagon tech as soon as possible. Vormithrax says your worker units can chop down trees. Yeah, this last thing Vormithrax mentions is really useful if you're in a quick need for lumber. The disadvantage with cutting down the trees is that, of course, then you don't get any consistent supply of wood. So if I go to a city, we can see that forest is producing 0.36 food and 0.24 wood. Now this seems higher than... Was I playing? I was playing on hard difficulty. The yield's higher. I must be playing on medium difficulty. I think that this hard versus medium affects your yield. So maybe that was my problem. I was playing on too hard of a difficulty. But for medium difficulty, at least, it looks like wood, forest tiles produce 0.24 wood each. Now the problem is when you cut them down, they give you like 7. I mean, on the hard, I'm speaking from what I know, which is the hard difficulty. You get 7 wood. It costs actually money and something else to do it, but you get 7 wood. However, this forest tile becomes plains. Now plains is good because it gives you, or maybe it becomes grass. But it's a much reduced, you can see by 1/3, the amount of wood you get overall. So it's a short-term solution, but not a long-term one. In fact, it exacerbates your situation, your wood shortage in the long term. Okay, who else do I need to give orders to? Yeah, I think we can probably just build a road up towards Stallia, since we do eventually want to take it. So let me do this kind of crazy route to... So the route is already finished. So a route already exists. A road route already exists all the way from where he is up there to here, which is great. It doesn't exist any further. And since everyone else is busy building roads around here, okay, let's get this guy and build a road first. And yeah, this is going to be my unit who backtracks all the way down and builds the road. And we have a lot of food that we're not producing. A lot of these plains and all this, they all need to get fields on them for the higher production, especially grass. In fact, I probably won't let this unit go without building grass. On grass, fields double your production of food. And you can see grass yields 1.2, so doubling it is huge. Now plains only yield 0.6, I think. Let's find out. 0.6. So doubling 0.6. By the way, the field eliminates the wood that they get. So if I want the plains, which is currently at 0.6 food and 0.08 wood, if I want the extra 0.6, the doubling of the food, I lose that 0.08 of the wood, which I actually am not sure is worth it, because food ends up being rather abundant. As long as you're producing enough from the grass, which we'll do... I was going to do there, but apparently that took the remainder of his movement. I was going to build a road. Oh, there's already a road there. Well, why did that take... I think we're going to move to the grass and build a road down this side. But that's okay. More important for us to get extra resources. So in this case, food. Now you keep making your way back to me, babe. The burning love inside. Oh, God. That's not good. Now, boats, as far as I remember, have much higher... Yeah. Defense versus attack, so if this villainous Epirian unit decides to attack me, we should win. If it's the Carthaginians, we're kind of screwed, but hopefully hopefully they don't go to war with us quite yet. Now who else? Okay, you have one movement point left. You're just going to sit here. We'll heal you eventually. And that's the end of this turn. Good. Oh, okay, they went for it. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. A draw. Okay, yeah, they took a lot more damage, so they started with 1.2 and they ended up with 0.4, 1.3. So they lost like 60%, I lost like 30%. It doesn't actually show the soldiers left. It should actually say down here how many soldiers left. And they actually have the defense trait. Yeah, that's right. We will be able to go into improvements. Ah, they're invading again. Okay, so we'll... about that self-heal option. Hope the sound quality is about right, by the way.
Are you ready?
Didn't really test it, just seemed okay in the brief test I took. Ah, yes, Vormithrax mentioned something good. Don't forget to conquer the last 2 spaces southeast of Barium so you finish the quest and get the reward. Yeah. Okay, Army of Eris and Imperius landed. Great. I think we'll easily dispatch them. Our forces are just plus 50% on the attack and plus 60% on the defense in plains and grass. And now we have assault, which, okay, they're talking about improvements. Basically, your cities can train up improvements on your units. Any unit that is in a city, if the city's not building anything or otherwise occupied, it can train a single unit as its turn in these improvements. So the attack strength increased. We already have defense, which is the same, but just defense strength increased. And 30% higher, it's really no laughing matter. I mean, this is no joke. 30% is a huge difference, so it's very worth getting. Now let's see where we are. Where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. Let's start with the very beginning. Very good place to start. We don't need monarchy. We're already a republic, I believe, and that's probably not anything we want to change. Now it doesn't. Can't tell if monarchy leads to this unknown. It looks like it does because we already developed standing army. So I don't know what this is, and we have to research astrology apparently to get to it. I think it would be nice if they showed at least a black line that leads the astrology leads to something, but is that maybe by design that they don't want to show you that? Yeah, because we do have the random tech tree on. Oh, there's transportation. So it's going to take a lot of unknowns to get there. So I do have the random tech tree on, which means that it's the order of these techs and the difficulty to research them is randomized. Oh. I think we will end up going with monarchy then. Yeah, I mean, we have Principes, for example, way over here. Okay, monarchy. Monarchy it is. Now, we can do it in 3 turns. I don't think that's 58. Let's take it slow on this, just to preserve, not the gold, but the research points itself. We'll do it 1 turn faster than it should be. Notice that this is minus 32, so effectively this is like 5.5 research per turn. This is like 8 research per turn. So it does eat up your research a lot faster to even get 1 turn more. And this would be, 12 research per turn. So yeah, we'll sit here. I'm comfortable spending 40 research on this, which gives us 30. We're producing at 12.6 per... Well, okay, maybe I'm being too conservative with the research. All right, trade proposals, great. So this is something I spent a long time figuring out. I really like the way trade is done in this game. It was confusing at first, but once you understand it, it's really nice. The way that it works is you don't have to know exactly the value of everything. It looks like the AI will, in the end, give you a pretty good deal. Now, you can force exact deals, but most of the time you actually have to let the AI propose something to you, which is kind of a nice way of doing it because basically it decreases the learning curve of knowing exactly what one quantity of something is worth. I remember in Civilization 4, 5, whatever, there'd be like, oh, I know I can get 228 gold for this resource, and you don't have to do that. They basically propose 200 to you right away, and there's probably an extra 28, whatever, 10% you can gain, but just letting the AI do it is great. So anyways, they're going to ask us for, they're asking to give us gold and food, which by the way, we don't need either of those, really. I think gold maybe, but doubtable, debatable, doubtable. Also, it may be doubtable, dubitable. And they're asking us, what do we want to give for this? Which is great. So it gives us an option of what do we want to give. Now, I don't want to give any of these things. Maybe coal. Coal's the only thing, and the AI is, our advisors essentially are saying, hey, by the way, we have pretty good influence, wood, and knowledge. Well, I don't want to give any of these things away. In my opinion, so we're just going to reject this outright. But the way the trade works is great because if I want to propose, if there's resources I'm looking for, I can just set general resources and set things I want to trade or not, ask them what they want to receive from me, and the game fills in the gaps for you very nicely. So I'm pretty happy because I don't like the micromanagement of the trade because I'm very min-maxy and I want to be the most efficient. And to be the most efficient... okay, so we got to deal with these units, that's right. To be the most efficient, sometimes it's just... Oh, we need you to... Yeah, you're not... Oh, so I guess when they are damaged, they do lose their movement points. Or maybe it's in the defense itself that they lose. Ah, that makes sense. So part of my movement points for my turn were defending them. What's my chance of killing them? Uncertain. Probably not good because we're at 0.7 and they're at 0.4, which should be 0.8, actually. Oh, does it say? 1.3, which includes... or an additional 0.4 beyond that. Ah, yeah, that's not what I want to do. Would like to live. Is there an option where I live? Let's move right here. Probably I should have just stayed exactly where I was and rested so that I had the small bonus from not moving. But I didn't do that. Okay, so who is in good enough shape? I think we're in good enough shape. Or do we just heal? So you will self-heal back to full in 1 turn. I'm okay with that. Self-heal, by the way, is dangerous because you are vulnerable for the turn that you're doing it. I believe you're at a severe negative penalty. Okay, you are done here, so just move. Build a road there next turn. Yeah, you build your field here. Which is going to greatly increase our food income. Everyone here is probably going to self-heal. So it costs a little bit of extra for us to be fully healed. But 3.92 is pretty good. Do I want to just spend the extra 2? I mean, the biggest hit for me of all these things is not the gold, it's not the iron, it's the people. People are... You want to have a huge stockpile of people, so... This is tough. No heal inside option, I guess. Is barium still busy? It is... needs to be repaired. Which is going to take a lot of my resources, all of my stone, but it's worth it. We have to do it. The longer cities aren't repaired, the more people leave. So it's more important than, for example, this unit, my gold mine. It's not as important. I think we just self-heal everyone. Can I get the other unit, though? Yes, you. And you will self-heal back up to 3, so you're good. Definitely do that. And we have other units. You are probably going to be building my road to barium, which also has to be a road we build to this stone quarry. And stone, hey, the resource I need the most right now. Okay, so let's do that. Let's get you along. And I think we'll just... I think we'll self-heal. Heal inside requires the city to have the ability to produce that unit type. Ah, thank you. Thank you, Vorm. That's true. I do remember this now. Good point. It's the most efficient method and is much easier once you have roads and wagons. So I don't know. I also heard from the developer, he says it's the most efficient. I don't understand what he means, though, because self-heal doesn't require any resources. Most efficient maybe in terms of time, but resource-wise, self-heal appears to be free. And if you self-heal in a city, I believe your self-heal rate is doubled. Yeah, we can see that I get up to, from 3.5, I get up to 3.92. So I'm getting, I think this is a 20%. If I'm not mistaken, this is a 20% self-heal. Boy, math is, no, 10%. Slightly more than 10%. Well, I don't know, what is this exactly 3.5? Slightly, maybe it's 3.54. Anyway. Vormithrax says, yeah, in time and less resources required versus other methods. Okay, I see. So some kind of overall optimal if you're including time. So self-heal, since it always appeals to me in the sense that it doesn't require resources. So we'll self-heal here. I don't think 1, 2, they can't get close enough. They'll probably attack this, and then I'll counterattack in and crush them with my armies. But unfortunately, we'll be attacking into the hills there if they do take that, which is not ideal for my units. They're actually not terrible in the hills. Minus 30% on the offensive. So they're actually worse defending in a forest. Varus, give me back my legions type stuff. Don't defend or attack in the forest. Swamp being the worst, but we can always drain the swamp. No political agenda here, just that's literally what you do, drain the swamp. Okay, so we can't do this. So I think that's it for this turn. We don't have enough stone to do... Do these improvements require... Like Prusia, if we want to give you to specialization, that doesn't require... It does require stone. Okay, so that just rules it out immediately because stone is all earmarked right now for much more important things. And these things, yeah, all require stone. Okay, good. So eventually we'll get a lot of improvements and stuff, but for now we're going to end the turn. Vorm says, I believe those reinforcements are also coming at full experience versus raw recruits from the cities. That's a really good point. That is something I did not consider, and you're right. So the self-heal, so the recover option, I guess, gives you this minus in experience. But does self-heal? That I don't know. So self-heal, when I click it, it doesn't show any resource usage. So I think I should have done the experiment. We should have looked at experience before and after. Okay, so they defeated my stone quarry. Yeah, okay. And this stone is what they take from me, by the way. That's not just looted as in randomly spawned in. It's a resource which is taken from my pool of resources. So, not good, but that's fine. And okay, just to add insult to injury, they're going to go for it all. But that's okay. This might be weakening them even a little bit. Yeah, 1,400 casualties. Okay, so we're charging in. You know, they're weakened, and unless they... I don't think that they'll be healed by the time we can get down there. So we're going to charge on down. The chances were slim, but we did what we could. I like that. So speaking of self-heal, we'll probably be self-healing that boat as well. So I'm already giving you, I hope, an idea about this game, regardless of the details I'm getting into here and there, details of this, like self-heal and all that. I think it's a great game. It's really engaging, especially if you were to, you know, watch like Gladiator or something, and then you're like, I kind of feel like playing the Roman Empire. I mean, this is a really good option. Now, if you want to get into the down and dirty battles, Rome Total War, definitely your best bet. However, if that's not important, if you want to do more of the city management, the government side of things, then this is one of the top options. I can't think of a better option, but I'm not thinking about, I'm sure there are some. So are they just pulling out now? Okay, well, what we want to do is leave a force here anyway. We want to leave a force... Wait. You're up to 4? So they lied to me. He fully healed. Huh. Is he at 10,000? He's at 10,000. He's fully healed. They lied to me. Alright, so we want to leave one person in there. I'm still assuming that those guys didn't both load up on the boat, so I'm going to move my units together, which is, by the way, the best way to move your units together. If I move here, I can only move back. I want to keep a unit in here because I imagine happiness is not great. Actually, local happiness claims to be 164%. It's much higher than I expected. Happiness, very important to keep track of, so let's see, why is their happiness so high? 80% because of the urban guards. Revolts minus 40%. So actually, even with the revolts and the local happiness, without the urban guards, we're still... This math doesn't add up. 164 minus 40 plus 80. So minus 40, if we left with the urban guards, so it'd be minus 80. 84%. Yeah, I don't want anything less than 100%, so we'll leave him in the town, just hanging out there. Build a road here at some point. You probably self-heal. It's going to take a long time to self-heal, unfortunately. This is one thing where probably we should recover. Attack strength will go back up to 0.98. Now, what's the experience of this unit? Like nothing. It's 2 out of 100 anyway. Alright, we don't care. I think I will recover this unit because I do want this thing to survive because it has the forager option. It's actually quite an expensive repair job. Self-heal is going to... Actually, we only need 2 self-heals and we'll need a second self-heal anyways. Yeah, self-heal it is, again. Alright, you were building fields. This is a forest. Probably a road down this way as well. That's what I assume I was going to do. I see plains here. Okay, we don't want plains. I only want grass. I will upgrade for more food, but I will not do plains because I actually want the wood. Food, again, since it spoils every turn, doesn't... I mean, it's not important. We're at 40 anyway, but we're only at 20 wood, so wood is more important. So plains... Lots of plains, though. Looking for grass. Grass, which is yellow. Odd to me, plains should be yellow and grass should be green, but it's the opposite. Plains are green and grass is yellow. We already have one person going down to build up here, so we probably could... I guess we can go... There's not really pressing need for this, unless... Yeah, okay, well, let's just build the road down this side, which improves our mobility on the east side, on the west side, just on every side. So build a road there. And you are going to... Fortify? We don't need you to fortify. I mean, I could. It doesn't cost anything to do it. But then I have to remember that he's there. So I'm just going to sleep him instead. So he gets the not moving bonus already. It's almost as much as fortify. So we'll hope that's enough. Okay, good. Here they come. They're attacking. Brilliant. We had plus 50 or 60% bonus for defense. I just think they're going to get... What the hell? So it was 3.7 attack versus 7.9 defense. Oh, okay. It says draw, but never mind. The casualties speak otherwise. 1,800 versus 175. So 10 to 1 odds. They call this a draw. I'm fine. If this is what they call a draw, I'll take a draw every day. So it's just a huge 60% defense bonus. We have experience. We have army morale. The army morale thing is a really cool concept. I didn't even talk about this yet. Because it's not really done in any game I've seen. I don't think. Maybe in some more niche war games, but basically, as let's say people fight the barbarians. Let's say the Romans fight the barbarians. If the barbarians are winning, the Romans get this idea, this terror. Let's say about the Celts, those 6 foot tall, 6.5 foot tall behemoths, and just how are we going to deal with them? So essentially there's a little bit of a morale penalty for fighting them. And this is abstracted into this game, that the more you lose, the less... Okay, their army morale is actually higher than ours. But basically, there's army morale. This is different then. This must not be... I thought it is army morale. Basically, the more victories you win against a particular nation. So let's say there's a difference between the Roman idea of Carthage and the Roman idea of Pontus. Maybe to us, Pontus is just their plebs, their peasants, their ragtag rabble army. We're not worried about them. But Carthage we're really afraid of. So I don't know if it's kind of snowbally in the sense that if you start winning, it's easier to win. But this at the same time, this army morale, which we can view. I'll go into the diplomacy screen. We can see it. I dare you! I dare you! I should bring my galley down here and start picking these things apart. No! Basilia, you stepped too far. Okay, good. I'm glad that didn't work for them. So we're going to have to get up to the north quick. We might have to build another unit, God forbid. Have we even come into contact with the Gauls? Alright, so they want to propose city visibility. I'm okay with that. Let's do it. We sign a treaty, they're a little bit happier. This army morale is what I was talking about. So I don't know why it's not... Oh, okay, so the Antigonids want to do a lot. And I'm okay with anything but Defense Pact and Brothers in Arms. Anything they want. Maybe not supply usage, but I might accept it just to keep people happy. We met the Odrysians, okay? Middle-sized country with a small population. It's a monarchy. I think we started war with them, like usual. So what was I trying to say? Odrysians, there they are. No, we're at peace, hooray! A war with the Celts, speaking of Celts. I need to get up there in a hurry. Oh! No! Okay, so let's repair it first. I think that's the only thing we have to do. So now it's time for... They just have one unit here? I want my unit, which only has one movement point, to do this attack. Okay, they defended somewhat okay. We actually took 1,500 casualties. We fought at 7.7 and they defended at 3.7. Damn, Alright, that I would say is a little unlucky. Okay, it's 2 to 1 odds, but we should be just wiping the floor with these guys. You can just self-heal one more time, I guess. Okay, just do it. And let's bring our galley down. This is going to be potent against some of their ships. Although, again, I don't want to lose it. But, okay, fine. You're probably building a road here. Ah! You're building a road. And you are going to move here. And then probably attack and kill this unit off entirely. think this is the weak unit? Yeah. Okay, other one.
Yes.
We should just massacre this guy. He's already been attacked once, so his... Damn, what the hell? Hey, he didn't... Huh? So there should be a penalty for being attacked twice. Does he have something that I don't know? No. Unless he has the heroic thing, I think he only is allowed to defend against once. So wait, the terrain was in our favor. Morale was slightly in their favor. We attacked with 6.7. They were defending with 3.4. Not exactly sure what's going on here. They took 1,100 casualties. I mean, it's brutal. Should be brutal. Okay, somehow I'm getting the impression it's not. Alright, so we can go here and build a road here. This can connect the last of these, which is great. So they're all connected now. And Barium, how are you doing? Local happiness is 127, probably because we lost one of the 2 urban guards. Yeah, so urban guards is now only at 40%. Revolt is down to negative 36 though. That's good. Well, nobody can move here. Now the good news is they always attack the stronger unit in the stack, and it's not like Civ 4 where one unit defends for everyone. I believe one unit will retreat and this other unit is still there, so it's pretty good. But the whole point of attacking... Oh, there it is. So the same thing which is true for me is true for them. They had 2 people in this hex, grid, and we attacked the one which had not yet been attacked. So I was actually attacking the wrong person. The good news is we have our fleet here ready to do damage to whatever, and probably this guy next turn probably needs to move over and start supporting so we can do follow-up attacks on weak targets if we need. 40%. It's 40% if we move much further. So Calabria is down here. Okay, so we can actually still be part of Calabria if we move down this way. They have a temple here? What?
Yes.
If we conquer this temple, we're honestly going to sell it. Okay, it's conquered. We're going to just sell it. So we get 2.5 gold, 1.5 people, and 0.7... Because this is not where I want the temple anyway. I haven't actually built a temple. Why? Okay, speaking of temples, be very good for me to invest in one. So the furthest unit I can get is Neapolis, or I get Perugia. Yeah, I think we leave Perugia out of the first one. I'm going to put it right... Yeah, so this has to get Asculum though. So 1, 2, 3. This is kind of where I think I should build the city. It's right here. But, oh, we don't get Rome. Huh. 4. It might be better to do from the top-down menu. I don't use this one very often, but it seems like it's beneficial to use in this case. So I want to see if I can maximize the number of cities. I want to build a city right here, where this unit is, which means a temple like right here will get that job done. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So I can do this, which will easily cover these 3 hexes as well. So I just need to get Rome, essentially, in the top one. So I don't need the 4th city. Oh, maybe I just do this one first, even. So 1, 2, 3. So right here. Oh, I need it right here. That's only going to get 2 cities right now. And barium's already connected to a temple. Yeah, but I'm going to destroy that one, so don't you worry about that. Very bad placement. And then so that covers all the cities in the southern part, because it'll also get the one I'm going to put there. That means that we just need Rome. Rome is the furthest south outlier here, and damn it anyhow if we aren't going to be able to get... Maybe I will put a city right here. I mean, we have to put it here. Has to be here. Okay. Inefficient, but it's like the biggest... It's the most efficient in terms of like everything I want to put. The full future picture of where all my cities will be. Now, we actually cannot build any more with stones. Okay, that's terrible because this now has to be destroyed. What? No, I don't want to destroy the units inside of it.
Yes.
Oh, units inside. Okay. Let's go ahead and figure this out. This is not a unit inside, because you can actually load unit in, I believe. I'm not going to take my chances. I'm just going to move this unit out. Oh, he attacks. We can't. I don't think this is going to kill him. Let's do it. Destroy a unit. Yeah, it did not kill him, which is good. So, hooray. He's not dead. Cancel his movement. Well, actually, I do want to move there anyway, so that's fine. Now, I don't think there's any other movements, so we'll end the turn. Vormthrax says you can increase army morale via the state decision, promote Imperial Court. Oh, we're being attacked. And they died. Wow. Still took 1,200 losses. They attacked with 2.6 and I defended at 7.5. Surprised we took so many. Oh, they're attacking me. That's not smart. That should have been horrible for them. It was not. Well, we will finish them off next turn, I hope. We can't now, because they're attacking again. And now we will get a penalty for being attacked multiple times, I believe. Yeah, minus 30% more battles penalty. Although they almost died. Oh, because they attacked with 0.4, so it didn't really matter. We took some casualties, but... wait, is this defeat for us or defeat for them? Did they sink? We don't have any details about them. Huh. Okay, please, we can't handle another one. I retreat. We will retreat as well. We really don't want to lose that unit. We'll have to build a shipyard at some point to get more galleys. I wonder if I could force the Spartans to go to war. Okay, they're moving away from Stalia, which is nice. Lots of little skirmishes going on around the map. Okay, that's the one movement. I don't like any of my units to move without me. Okay, do you want to cancel peace with Antigonids? For the Adricians. No, I barely know you guys. Oh great, my game's bugged again. So, when we first loaded, things were very nice. Now when I zoom in, it's like weird. I don't know how to get this to be fixed. So we should have a much more... This is like the angle we're looking now, and I believe beforehand it was... Am I crazy? I thought it was more horizontal, the perspective. And we feel like more top-down than we were. I think this is a bug with using the top-down perspective, that the angle doesn't get reset correctly. Maybe I'm just imagining it. It's actually possible. So fair chances... We are at 1.7 attack, they are at 1.1. And they are carrying a unit, so this is valuable. I think we should do it. What, defeat? Does that mean that we took casualties and they didn't? They don't even have any points. What the hell? I don't understand what's going on with this. 50% defense bonus. Oh, they do have that defense thing. Yeah, we gotta upgrade our units soon. We're probably gonna be attacked and die, but it's okay. We will take vengeance by killing this unit instead. So let's actually get the one with the higher attack first. Draw where, yeah, what the hell, 7.3 to 3, and we actually lost more units than they did. I don't know if I'm just rolling very poorly or not, but maybe I just don't understand something that I should. Well, we'll take this, I guess, since it's here. Okay, victory, lost 1,000 people. I mean, we're losing people left and right. They aren't coming back. Okay, we can finally connect this stone quarry. We also should be connecting things to barium, but for now, let's just do that. You're gonna come with me. Not completely healed, but I might need you for some aggressive operations. Alright, my road is built here. It is, right? Dirt road built. Good. So, I think one of these settlers... We actually want to produce a new settler, believe it or not. This is the way I want to do it. So Rome can build settlers. We actually want to produce a new settler to build a road because, again, these settlers are nice in the fact that they don't have any maintenance fees. But settlers are consumed by the act of building a city. So just kind of min-maxing a little bit. It's better, in fact, if we build a new settler than if we use one of our existing ones, because they should only be used for improvements until the game's end. Now, we're saving up enough money, I think, at this point that we can do this. And so you can see that the city was at 7 and it went down to 6. It's cool. And this was, I think, at 3, or I don't know. Essentially, it draws from the 10 citizens are drawn from, mostly from, I think, or a higher percentage are drawn from the city you produce it from, but a little bit from everywhere. So it affects your population of all your cities. So there's like a real negative, a real drawback to producing units. Let's increase this to substantial now. I think we can afford it from a resource standpoint. And I don't really know what to do here. Might as well just move back into barium. These 2 units are going to be able to eliminate that last one. Eventually I want to upgrade this to Principes. Right now they're still... what is this? Milites. So they're kind of like the normal. The weak version. The weakest version, I think. Yes. So there's your standard unit, then there's your advanced unit, then there is your elite unit. For the Romans, it's the Milites, then it's the Principes, then it's... I think for some reason they don't go to like Terrarii or anything like this. They go to like elite Principe or advanced Principe, something like that. Yeah, I don't really know what... We actually can self-heal, but let's just do that in the city itself, which will somewhat protect us. So we'll move here. It's fine. We'd already moved one from this tile to this tile, so moving it there is normal. It's what we should have been doing anyway. Now, which one are we on? This one, okay? What? Yeah, what are you going to do? I think you just build a road to this point, which is probably going to be helpful eventually. And is there a road here? There's a dirt road. Huh? So if we route to here, those are all connected. Okay, yeah, we can go... What? We don't need 2 people to double up on this route, though. That might be even inefficient. What it might be better for us to do is to get someone down here to start upgrading the grass, to have fields and stuff. Since this is grass, and it's exactly the thing we need the most to be upgraded with fields. So let's go ahead and, yeah. Go ahead and make this move. Actually, we can build the road there even. We can actually leapfrog these guys. So it looks like everyone's going south. All my settlers are going south. We need somebody to take Ravenna and Stallia soon, especially with the Massilians knocking on the door over there. To pick a unit in a stack, I find it easier to right-click and then hold, then left-click. It brings up the unit selection box without having to click those tiny helmet symbols. That's useful. I didn't quite understand, but let's try it. Okay, so right-click and hold. Right-click and hold, then left-click. Oh, I think I understand. I don't have a stack. Do I? Here. Right-click and hold. Alright. Right-click and hold. I don't know. Vorm has his own way of doing it. Apparently, I'll just let him do it his own way. We'll end the turn. Oh, we're being attacked. That's even better. And they're dead. Fantastic. Good lord, we still took a lot of casualties, 1,700. But hey, we're accruing a lot of experience, right? And that's good. Look at this, plus 36% in the experience category. We gain 9 more units of experience. We're up to 36 out of 100. Not bad. Not bad. So we don't want to lose these guys. And we have a lot of improvements that we need to... Oh! Why are they attacking me? They shouldn't have any attack strength. Is that the same one? Oh, apparently they did, but they took huge casualties, and they're back? Must be a different unit. I have no idea what's going on. These guys have 0.7 against my 1.2. It's still a draw. They're losing a ton of forces. We're getting this guy out of here, though. I know that it's so tempting to sink those units because of the units. The boats because of the units inside, but not worth it to lose what I would consider a very valuable galley. At the same time, I mean, what's the point of using this galley, keeping this galley, even though it doesn't have any maintenance? What's the point of keeping it if we don't ever use it? Then it's just might as well not be in the game. So there's a trade-off here. I think we might be okay. It might be, like, from a min-max standpoint, from a very efficient standpoint, it might be okay to just commit this thing to the offensive. Let's first try to get this unit involved, though. Okay, he's not going to get there this turn. So we're at 1.5 attack, and this guy is at 0.9. We should be able to sink him. Good prospects, reliable assessment. But then if we attack, we're going to be attacked again. What's my... We have 2,000 soldiers left out of, I think, 7,000 initially. We can only move one away anyway, but I think it's worth it to do it. I mean, our attack is higher than our defense, which means, to me, you have to keep attacking. But at the same time, their defense is higher than their attack, so... We're getting reinforcements there, they're just getting there very, very slowly. And why, by the way, are there boats... This one only has the Pathfinder, 0.7. We might need to sink them. Okay, now I'm thinking about it this way. We're being attacked by so many boats per turn. We probably need to sink boats so that we can't be attacked as many per turn. It's 1.5 against 0.9. I think it's worth it. Let's do it. Oh, still nothing. Why does it say defeat? I don't understand this really. Unless it just means that, hey, you rolled really poorly again. Because it was 2.1 versus 1.9, so pretty fair. 640 versus... I don't know. Oh my gosh, they had 5,000? Why do they still have 5,000? Are they... Is this like an onslaught of boats? There's 3 of them here. And they all have, look at this, 0, 0, 0.5. They have almost no attack left. So our defense is still higher than their highest attack. Which again is 0 for most of them.
Yes.
Okay, so whoever is in better shape here... Well,
Yes.
you're both not in great shape. Let's just get this guy to move and conquer this. Oops. Okay, so you build a road. And now this guy can move. Good. can build a road next turn. Or maybe even this turn. Yeah, you just self-heal. Can I get this guy? You already built a road, right? Nope, you're building it this turn. Okay, fine. That's connected, so I'm happy there. And this is all red now? No, not this. Oh, we actually need to attack a gold mine. Okay, let's do that. Should easily conquer it. Okay, let's start getting some of these things repaired. Alright, finally it is operational, but not producing anything? What? Maybe we'll get some roads to it, and then it'll be happy. Repair, yeah. Stone is a lot of expensive stone usage. Vormthrax says, get 2 units in the same place, right-click on the unit graphic while holding the right mouse down. Also, click the left mouse. Wow. Okay, without moving the pointer. Very fast once you figure it out. Got it. Only works for mobile units, not a unit on a building, which is what you tried. I see. It's pretty... I don't know, it's pretty cool that they actually implemented such clever selection techniques for, you know, a game which you wouldn't expect it to have that kind of detailed stuff. Alright, I think that's it for this turn, and we're getting close to the point which we'll call this stream to a close. And I think it's pretty obvious the way this game works now. We did a nice gameplay overview. Like I said, okay, let's see how this works out. Yeah, they took 2,000 casualties, and we took 106, so doesn't seem like that worked out very well for them. Oh, okay. Alright, there it is. More units to kill. And I'm happy to oblige them. So the galley somehow survived as well, just when our boat is starting to arrive. And I think what we'll do is have the boat attack first, just to give them the penalty for being attacked twice. So that when my galley comes in, he really cleans them up. See how. Okay, good. Everything looks fine on Discord. Nobody complaining about the stream being down or anything. Chat's up. That's the thing I'm happiest about. Alright. They've landed on our coast again. Yeah, but hey, this is good. So this technology is actually not very useful. We really got to get improvements. Man, we need improvements. Okay, so Patriot, this is not a bad thing to invest in. Is it the next thing we need, though? I don't think so. Okay, so one of these apparently leads to this unknown. I don't know which one. Again, this would be nice to know. But since this one already leads to shipbuilding, this writing school must lead to whatever this unknown is. Although I'd prefer city defense so much more. I mean, it's something that frankly, you don't use very often. I don't use it very often. Very often you fight out in the towns, like out in the other areas. If you're fighting at the city, it's a bad situation to begin with. But we need it for unlocking research, it looks like. Yeah. So one of these two, and between the two, I'd rather have this. It is actually more expensive, so in that case, I'll take this. And it takes 40, so it takes 24, 31, 37. Let's do it in 4 turns. Just gives us a little more time to build up. Okay, so you offer... Athens wants to give me food, gold, coal, stone, and iron. But they want to take people, influence, research, and wood. I want to give exactly none of these. These are exactly the ones I can't afford to give. I'm not going to cancel peace with Sparta. Heck no. Plus, our relations with the Antigonates are actually really high. We can afford to... okay, we have a new government type. We don't really care. We are already a republic, as we see, which is one of the best. Probably the best. I think it's even better than democracy, frankly. Alright, so we have landed troops here. We're 1.1 on attack. We have no idea what they are on defense. Ah, we're gonna get a chance to find out. Ooh. Ooh. So this guy moved. I think we can kill him. Let's do it. Sink him. Yes! Down he goes! One down. Very good. So we did take quite a few casualties doing this, but I think it was worth it. At last, we're getting some revenge. I kind of think... So, well, the weird thing I see is that he doesn't get any bonus for sitting still. It's a little bit strange to me. Alright, let's get out of here, and... What are you? Melee infantry, which is a 3. They're the same as me.
Yes.
Huh. We can move these guys out of here. Let's hope that this stuff isn't all attacked for yet again. You only have one movement. Oh, you apparently are not in good shape. Oh, no. I guess one movement was already spent going down to the south or something? I'm missing something.
Huh?
Okay, let's get you to build a road. And you...
What?
I think you can build a road. It's going to take 1.5 to get in. Alright, well let's move to the plains, which we will defend in better. Let's see what these guys defend well in, by the way. What's your terrain stats? Grass, 0, 20%. Okay, perfect. So we want to be in this grass and let them come to us. Plus we want to defend that anyway. So we sit there. Okay. 0.5. We don't know what one of them is. The other one I think is not in good shape. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. Defeat. We lost 9 people. Okay, that's not much. They lost 600. Okay, that's not bad. Not really sure. I don't really understand this mechanic. What does this defeat mean? The hell does it mean? It does not mean anything I can make sense of. So, and these are both at 0 on the attack, which means I should only be able to defeat them. Or just retreat at my leisure. Alright, anyways, let's keep going. This is my new settler who's going to move here. Let's get him just here for now, that's fine. And we'll get him to build a city next turn. I do want you here, where you will build the road next turn, or we can move him here. Actually, we can move him here and get him to build the field this turn, and still get him to build a road by next turn. So this is better. Better use of our time. Get this guy to just to rest until next turn. And you were just the one, I think, building the road to this place. And this is a plain, so I don't think we want food there. Plenty of food, we need lumber, so. Dirt road. Where do we need more stuff? I think we should start expanding up to the northwest. Northwest. We're going to have to build another Principes, which we can either do from Neapolis, or we can get Rome to be specialized in that as well. And Rome, frankly, doesn't need much more specialization at 7. I don't think we need any more roads. So yeah, just move north to Asculum. And that's it. Okay, we'll end the turn. God help this one poor trireme, a galley, is just really being worked to the bone. And as I said, we'll probably have to wrap this stream up soon. Okay, they obliged me. They decided to attack. I would not have done that if I were them. I think that's gonna work out poorly. Not that much damage done, frankly. We were defending at 3.8. I thought we got a 0.4 bonus for not moving completely, but anyway. So 3 versus 3.8. They took 3 times more. Wait. Oh, 3.8 to 5.9. Yeah, that makes more sense. Readiness bonus. There it is, the 15% bonus for not moving entirely. Yeah, 40% terrain convenience. Oh, so Principes, I should say, get slightly higher benefits from terrain than Milites, I guess. Oh, another one. That's not good. That's actually bad. More penalties, defeat, 460. Yeah, it's about even. We'll have somebody else up there very soon. And they've spread apart for us nicely. Surprised that our galley has lasted this long. So yeah, I mean, I think we'll be wrapping the stream up in maybe, this is definitely one of those one more turn type games, but we'll probably be wrapping the stream up. I don't know what the what people would be most interested in seeing a playthrough with Rome, but I was actually thinking about doing a playthrough as a different nation from scratch, or I might just continue where this left off. So this person wants 6 citizens. By the way, specific demands. So specific demands are kind of, they usually result in a negative for the other person. So in this case it would be me, since they initiated a specific demand. They want 6 citizens, which I'm gaining at a rate of 6 per turn, so I technically can afford it in that sense. For 3 stone, 2 gold, 2 iron, 1 food, which I don't need at all, and 1 wood. Well, there's a lot of good stuff in there. I don't want the food, but I can't, if you don't leave me room to negotiate, I don't like this. Trade loss of 9% is also not good. And my trade stop limit I would usually put at like 8. This is already over it. 4% risk of robbery just means that this is a chance that you lose the entire shipment during a turn. But the trade loss is like every turn you lose a little bit. So I'm going to reject this. Do you want to accept signing peace treaty with the Celtic tribes? I don't really care about them. I'll sign a peace. I mean, we're not really fighting anyway. Might as well just, maybe I can use them for some reason. Carthage reached 75% of completion of military victory. Watch them with care. Okay, so they have a big army. That's funny thing is that when you're building up for a military victory, that's exactly the hardest time for anybody to combat you, because you have to kill enemy units, and it's not easy to kill enemy units when they are, you know, exactly the most powerful nation. I think we're going to be able to do this. I don't think this unit can get here. Oh, it only takes 3 out of 4. Oh, we can. Oh, did it disembark? Damn. So they didn't attack me. That guy can actually retreat. Let's see what happens here. Oh, wow, okay. When I say I was not expecting that, believe me, I was not expecting 3,600 soldiers to die to 200. What in God's name went on there? So every now and then you get these events in the game. This is a frustrating one too, because we're losing a unit. And this is not just a unit, this is a unit that doesn't pay maintenance. I could not have fathomed that as an outcome. Which, I'm not trying to be like, I just really cannot imagine how that happened. Jiminy crickets. Maybe I'm just the unluckiest person in the world or something, but it seems like that should have been... I don't even know how that happens. 36-to-1 ratio, that's in my wildest dreams. I hope for such a thing. I hope for like 20-to-1. If it's my wildest dreams, I might as well go for 100-to-1, right? Because it's, you know, my imagination, but surprising. I just wish that it was more apparent why that happened, because it seemed like it's just impossible as a result. Is there like a way that they can let us into maybe the actual die rolls or something? So I can see, okay, what happened? All right, so there's a random chance, you're rolling a 1 on a D100. There's a 1% chance that your ships run into each other and start a fire which catches onto all the other ships. Like, maybe that's what happened. But let me know it, because somehow I don't know how 3,600 people die. Okay, so we will retreat so we are stacked up so we cannot be attacked twice. I think that's the prudent thing to do. This is the settler who will build a city. And I am going to build it here. We have enough stone, by the way. I should be getting my second temple going. So we already got a temple up here. Yes, no. There it is. And we have a blacksmith. Okay, so this blacksmith is covering this stuff. This one is not covered. So let's get both our blacksmith and our temple. Ooh, my daughter is announcing her presence. Also probably letting me know it's a good time for me to wrap this stream up pretty soon. Okay. So this is fine here. You can build it here. It'll go through the roads. I think this is safer. I'm going to build a shipyard right here anyway. Let's put it here. And we have enough. We can do the temple as well. The temple needs to get that unit there, which means it has to be right here. It's just going to be a line of stuff. Wait, no, it needs to get Neapolis as well, so it has to be here. Yes, that's where it has to be. Woo! Almost messed that one up. Alright, good. So in a couple more turns, we'll be getting a lot better production out of our mines here and a lot more population growth out of our cities, which is great. Vorm says, yep, I feel your pain. I found that anytime you have low defense, 1 or below, you can see results like that. 1 defense? Because I'm on the offensive, though. Is it the same with that? Maybe. Let's retreat this unit and then just heal him. Wow, you can go a long way with 8 movement. Large army with low defense is in serious danger of a wipeout, even with all other combat indicators lead you to believe in victory. Very good to know. So I'm going to write, this is going to become an unwritten rule. Armies with low defense do not attack, which doesn't make sense, but that's okay. We'll just, it'll be an unwritten rule. You are fine. Are we done? Is that everyone? Oh yes, I want to start building roads to the north. And I also want to get a new unit, which is going to happen in Neapolis. So this is where we're actually going to enact a slightly not locked policy. I want Neapolis to get full benefits. And because they're going to be building my principes. So I want them to have a little bit of extra. I could probably increase my state limit as well. So we have enough resources now. Basically, we're a little bit low on stone. I think that if we look at the stone production, it's going to show us birth support minus 1.81. This is the how much I'm losing for this, to try to increase my citizen production, basically. But we're getting a positive of about almost 10 a turn. So yeah, sure, we can, there can be expenses. But overall, if we don't build anything, we'll be going up. We'll be increasing. And that's a good thing we can add to our list of trade items that we need. Vorm says both offense and defense values are used in battle calculations regardless of who initiated the combat. Okay, that's good to know. Actually, I did not know that. And I'm glad, because that makes sense. Well, kind of. If you have a 0 on the offense, do you... Huh. Actually, I don't understand what it means then. I'm not exactly sure. Probably it's some weighted thing where if you're attacking, you use your offense one like 3/4 of the time, but use your defensive one like 1/4 of the time. Otherwise, what's the point? If it's 50-50, what would be the point of having them at all? You just should have one number, which is the average of the two. Vorm says, I've had some combat results completely drain my defense stat, but leaving my attack power high, which resulted in my unit getting wiped in the next combat. Huh. Okay, well, it's good feedback. We're learning by experience. This is the experimental approach, not the theoretical by the rules approach, which I would expect the manual should explain this or something, and I frankly didn't see it there, but maybe I didn't. I think combat was like chapter 17. I'm only up to like chapter 12 or something, so in my casual reading, maybe I'll get to this and I'll be able to explain it in my actual series on the game. So that's going to conclude this stream. We are Rome in the middle, doing okay. We're definitely, I think, moving up overall. We didn't really get to the north quite yet, but hey, that's what happens when you deal with the Empyreans. And I think we're winning this war with them pretty handily. Like, we took a city from them. We took the southern, all of Italy we've taken from them now. I know that Sicily is very hard to get because of the Carthage influence. This is, oh, Parmas is Empyrean. Huh. They liberated it from the Carthaginians? Well, I'll be the son of a monkey's uncle. I didn't expect that. Well, it's really good news. So the Empyreans are doing exceptionally well. I'm actually probably hurting them now by killing all their ships and everything, but we want them to give Carthage a hard time, which buys us time to get our economy going to a point where we can easily defend against Carthage. So I don't know what I'll do for my series, but I do expect to do a series of this on the channel. It's a fun game. I want to just maybe save this as my stream. Yeah, stream 267 BC. And then if we go to the menu again, I could just again mention that there is this really nice world customization thing. Okay, so if the few things I want to say I would complain about with the game is one of the things, they're 1920 by 1080 is not 1920 by 1080. So as you can see, okay, my cursor's gone. I don't know why it does that. So as you can see, my cursor stops right here. It's not quite 1920 by 1080. I think that maybe they're including the top border, the top window part, as part of it, which they should not. Please let the actual game footage. So my recording is actually not 1920 by 1080. It's 1920. By 1040 or whatever the thickness of this bar is. That's an extremely minor complaint if you're going to complain about anything, right? There were some other things. I guess I'll have to do a review or something because I was thinking about how could things be improved. Oh yeah, the combat. Obviously how the combat works. I would like for there to be an easier way for you to acquire wood, especially. So you can say I was playing on hard difficulty last time. It would be nice if the hard difficulty or a way to make wood or lumber mills. I don't know, just some way to improve your wood production. Maybe it's working perfectly as designed, and I just didn't do something right. I'm not extremely experienced at the game, but I have a very positive impression about this game. Like I said, normally I play games when my imagination, when I watch a movie on something and it triggers my imagination, I want to go live in that universe for a little bit longer. This is normally how I would watch, let's say Gladiator or some other Roman movie, and then I'd be like, I want to go play Rome Total War. But I was actually just picking this up to play it, just to kind of demo it for Slitherine, do a series on it possibly, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. So that's a great sign. So anyways, that's going to wrap this up. So thanks for watching. I'm glad you guys joined me for the stream. If you have any, if you're watching this later, go ahead and leave them comments and I'll respond to those since you didn't get a chance to be part of the chat. But I also want to say, as I always do, that you feel free to join me on the Discord. It's a nice little spot where you can just have conversations. Pretty mature audience there. Not mature as in like bad content, but as in intelligence conversations. So we do some multiplayer games there. We can maybe even do Aggressors. Actually, it says Aggressors Ancient Mediterranean for this. The bar for this window, it doesn't say Ancient Rome, it says Ancient Mediterranean. So maybe that's a hint of what's coming in the future. And then the last thing I'm going to say, I may have already said the last thing, but this is actually the last thing, is there's a stream tomorrow. Slitherine is announcing a new game. A new game, that's right. So at 10 a.m. Pacific time, Slitherine will go live on Twitch from some famous site in Italy to release their new game, which they didn't tell me what it was. I have an idea from the location that I'm guessing it's another ancient strategy game or ancient war game of some kind in this time frame. But I can only tell you what I know, which is what was made publicly available, which is just that it will be revealed then. One of the games I'm looking forward to a lot is Distant Worlds 2, but I don't think it's that release. If it is, I will be very happy. So I won't be able to stream that. They were asking about people restreaming it. I won't be able to. I'll be at work, but I'd be very interested to see what it is. And with that said, I will conclude. So thanks for watching once again, and until the next stream or next video or whenever we interact next, whether it's on Discord or wherever, thanks for watching and take care.